This episode of The Only Genre, we talk about Hush, The Darkness, and we bring back the only pick of the week. Hello horror fans, this is episode 1 of season 2 of The Only Genre. I'm your host Sean Vidmar. Let's go ahead and get into these topics. From Mike Flanagan, who brought us a Cullis, comes Hush. Hush is about a woman who is deaf and lives secluded in some woods. And she's in a little bit of writer's block, and then some crazy psychopath shows up with the deadest mask I've ever seen in my life. And a cat and mouse kind of game ensues. To be honest, I don't know how much dialogue is going to be in this. And I think that's what really interests me about this. When I found out that she's deaf and mute, I think I'm really interested, because I think that's something that they basically have to figure out a way to scare the crap out of us without dialogue, which is really, because like if you really actually think about it, sometimes dialogue kind of comforts you. I mean, it could comfort you in many ways, but when you bring silence into the mix, all of a sudden that it's literally like you're by yourself the whole time, which to me is that could be really intense. So I actually love this, the whole concept of this movie right off the bat, and not to mention the fact that I guess she is a thriller writer, and that kind of plays into her character and how she actually survives. I guess that helps play a little part in it. Also, the killer is not some overpowering, supernatural, I can't die type person. So that to me, of course, is very nice, knowing that he can actually be hurt. So I wonder how that's actually going to play a part into it. This seems like kind of a twist on a classic thriller, one location stalker type movie, which is very exciting to me, because it seems like for the most part there's only 2 actors or characters in this whole movie. So I'm very, very excited to see how this one turns out. I actually have high hopes for this one. It is also the official selection of SXSW Film Festival. Then around April 8th, it's actually got a global premiere on Netflix. So we actually don't have to wait too long to watch this movie from now. What do you get when you have the producer of The Visit, The Purge, and Insidious? You throw in the director of Wolf Creek, and you add a little bit of bacon.
Do you know?
You get
The Indians
The
that used to
Darkness.
live around here thought this place was
Not the
haunted.
band. The movie.
Legend says that the guardians of their spirit world lived in the rocks and the trees. That one day, they're going to come back into our world.
Don't be a jerk.
Like, I didn't mean anything by it. Mikey knows that.
Hey, buddy, do me a favor and listen to Mommy today.
Breakfast, Stephanie.
Later. The bag's on the table, Mikey, remember?
1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
Can you tell Michael to stay out of my room? He keeps leaving dirty hand marks everywhere.
We never talk about him. We never talk about how he affects all of us. It's getting creepier and creepier.
1.
Getting angry doesn't help.
You're scaring him.
2.
He's scaring me.
3.
Oh, my God.
4.
Hey, who's up there?
5.
Michael's been acting strangely. I mean, what are we dealing with here?
Where you've been, it's the home of very powerful spirits, trapped in another dimension.
The god you might be familiar with cannot help you now.
This movie is about a family that goes to the Grand Canyon, and they bring back some kind of supernatural entity, or multiple entities. The very first thing that I actually saw before I read up on it or saw the trailer, I actually saw the movie poster. This poster is the poster's pretty unique. It actually is very unsettling. I actually am a fan of The Purge, and of course Insidious. I love Insidious. That was seriously a crazy white knuckle type edge of your seat movie. Wolf Creek I thought was very interesting in the sense that well, I love the serial killer. I think a lot of people actually loved his character. It was hard not to like him, even though he's a horrible human being. But that movie was a very interesting take on kind of your serial killer slasher type movie. And then Kevin Bacon. When Kevin Bacon comes to mind and you go more of the serial killer horror type stuff, Stir Echoes jumps out. Of course, Tremors. And recently, The Following. All great. And he played a different character, a different type character in each one of those. So he's a well-rounded actor, and those were all three really great movies, I think. I guess when it comes to this, I hope that the trailer itself actually didn't do it justice. I hope that the movie just surpasses the trailer itself. I am worried that we get the gist and stuff of everything from the trailer itself, but when you watch the movie, something gets taken away. I worry about that, but with this amount of talent that is showing up, and creativity and whatnot actually in the film and working with the film, I'm very interested in how this is going to come out. I think either way, it'll be interesting, and I will be entertained. The Darkness comes out Friday the 13th. Okay, now it's time for the pick of the week. The pick of the week is going to be the 1990s Tremors. This movie follows Val and Earl, who are tired of their lives and decide to leave the small desert town of Perfection. Before they can do that, they happen upon unexplained deaths around the area and meet a scientist that has findings of unnatural readings below the ground. The two friends, the scientist, and the rest of the town have to try to survive against worm-like creatures who are hungry for what lies above them.
Who could be doing it?
Is that a snake?
I'll give you boys $5 for this.
20.
they get you. They're under the ground.
What the hell are those things? How could they eat a whole station wagon?
But where do they come from?
I vote for outer space. No way these are local boys.
You see, they're headed right for us.
No Richter scale can measure it.
They're coming!
No scientist can explain it.
Bert, they're under the ground!
You didn't get penetration even with the elephant gun.
Run, run!
And no one knows what to call it.
Megaworms or suckers or suckoids.
Now this valley is just one long smorgasbord.
Now, it's up to Val and Earl to save the world.
That's one big mother.
Who died and made you Einstein?
And they know just what to do. Flip for it.
Damn.
Kevin Bacon, Fred Ward, Tremors.
Well, that's the show. Please leave your comments below. Go ahead and like us on Facebook. Find us on Twitter. Email us at theonlygenre@gmail.com. Also go to theonlygenre.com. Thank you very much again for watching, and thank you for consuming our brains. Well, that's the end of our show. So go ahead and leave comics. That's the end of the show. Please leave your comics. Well, no. This episode of The Only Genre, we talk about Hush, The Darkness, and we bring back the only pick of the week. Season 2. That was stupid. I'm gonna go stupid. This episode of The Only Genre, we bring back what? Hello, horror fans. Welcome to Welcome to whatever that was. I apologize.